devils are really burning my foot. I called earlier and someone hung up, probably someone I don't want to talk to anyway. But is this what the VA does? Is this what the VA does? Hang up on people in crisis?
Thank you for calling the Veterans and Military Crisis Line. This is Deirdre. How can I help this evening?
Hi, Deirdre. This is Miss Jones. Kathy with a K.
Good evening.
Listen, because they found a blood clot from all the hits that I've taken on my left leg in 6 years. They put me in 2 emergency rooms in the month of May, the last week of May. And, I don't know what to say about these people. Even when I was at the VA hospital here in Dallas, I got hit with a weapon. And that's when my doctor realized that I am being hit with weapons, and she believed me. Because you don't look at someone's foot and it's normal one day, and the next night they kept me up and it was all tattered and battered up, beat up, so to speak. And
well, I'm glad you got a chance to get seen by a doctor,
Yeah.
That was in May, the end of May, and you said your doctor even seen the damage that, let's say the injury that's been happening to your foot, your leg.
Right. So they even did the surgery because I ended up having a blood clot. The second emergency room that I went to, I had them do a full CT scan because my leg was really messed up, especially from when they had attached the direct energy weapon. That's why I ended up at the ER at VA, and again Friday because they turned around and did it again the next night, and I ended up at Methodist Richardson. But I went ahead and had VA, do the surgery. I went in on that Monday and checked in and had them do another CT scan just to make sure. And they had scheduled me for surgery the same week. It had gotten that bad. So they did the surgery. But the 2 days before the surgery, that's when they hit me with the weapon. And VA was able to see that I am being hit with weapons. I shared with them how they burnt my feet in 2019. I'm sitting out here relaxing with some people that, a family that sits out here, because I've been released. It was 2 weeks this past Friday, yesterday. Sitting out here trying to enjoy myself, and because I did so good on the surgery, even though the surgery lasted 11 hours, but I did so good I didn't have to go to rehab. But I'm sitting out here trying to...
and I'm glad they caught it in time, because those blood clots, that's a serious thing.
Yes, it is serious.
So I'm glad you went to the hospital in time.
Yes, and it's still, they could only get 25% of the blood back to my feet. So I'm in prayer with God on that because, I'm just trying to make sure, because they were talking amputation, and I can't have that.
Oh, wow.
And they're still I'm sitting out here trying to enjoy myself and, do things. And I'm glad I'm walking again, because they had prevented me from walking about 3 months, hitting me with the weapons. So I just been hit. They just been flying back and forth, aiming weapons on my same little toe, which I'm really concerned about. I don't know if they may have to amputate that, but, I'm sitting here just trying to enjoy myself, and these devils keep flying back and forth, started burning my foot again. So I'm back in my vehicle, I'm elevating my feet, and they're hitting me again while I'm in the car. These people are absolutely crazy. They don't care. So now I'm just documenting again. Really, they're going to force me to go ahead and use my certificate of weapons. That may be the only thing that's going to stop these people, just to have so I can defend myself if need be, because I'm not going to continue to be hit with these weapons causing blood clot, which doesn't run in my family on my real dad's side.
And these weapons are from where?
From the private aircrafts that they have stalking me and have stalked me since 2005. But they only started aiming the weapons in 2017 when they burnt my birthmark. So I shared with the doctors the burning of my feet that had occurred in 2019, how they burnt my birthmark, which is still not the same.
Okay.
And I shared that information also with the social workers. So I'm just kind of reaching out, hoping that they'll get off my foot right now with the weapons, because I'm just
kind of talking about it. Okay, so this is a coach, because the thing is that you gotta you do your best to cope in the meantime.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Because it's not something that anyone can do anything about, and it doesn't make sense. You mentioned getting your weapon. Do you have access to any firearms or weapons?
If I did, I wouldn't tell anybody. They didn't tell me when they were going to hit me with weapons and burn my feet.
Okay.
I'm a grown woman. I know I don't have any weapons at this time. At this time, I have always been unarmed. I've never had weapons.
Okay.
And now I'm being forced.
Okay, so the thing is I was just going to say, before you get to the point where you feel you need to take any action, is that go to the safety of the hospital. If it gets so bad,
there was no safety.
Again, okay? That way you'll be in a protected environment.
I wasn't protected there.
Hold on. An environment, protection is a word that I shouldn't have used. An environment where you're supervised, where other people can witness and also treat whatever's going on.
Well, they've done that before. I was there a month, and they did that. They treated it, they treated me for the blood clot, because I'm not going to consider this as a mental problem when it's criminal. Now, this is absolutely ridiculous that I can't even come out of the hospital. In fact, they hit me all the way home. I can't even come out of the hospital without these people hitting me with weapons. They hit me while I was in the hospital. So that wasn't really a protected place for me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I was being hit while I was at the hospital. It doesn't make any sense that these people are committing these particular crimes and not being held accountable. I shouldn't even be hit while I'm in the hospital. I shouldn't be hit with weapons anyway. So yes, they are forcing me to arm myself for my own defense. This is ridiculous. All they need to do is stop aiming the weapons. I don't care about anything else they're doing. But aiming the weapons at me, causing me bodily injury when I was a healthy person, not on any medicine. Now I'm on all kind of medicine because of them. They caused this blood clot. And it's absolutely ridiculous that they're following me even to the hospital, the VA hospital, and still aiming the weapons while I'm in the hospital. And the hospital was aware of these things. There's no way I can be protected anywhere that I go. So I am going to arm myself only for my own self-protection, because I'm not getting any protection from the police. I'm not getting any protection from the FAA, who's allowing private aircraft to stalk people, or from the Department of Defense or Department of Justice, which the Department of Defense are the ones who are sending these people. These are their weapons. Lockheed Martin created for them. This is absolutely ridiculous, and I want to also advise you that I am live on my YouTube channel, because I'm not going to continue to be victimized by people I don't even know and keep damaging the same foot that the doctor just tried to restore. This is ridiculous. And I have that right as a law-abiding citizen. Now, if they do not stop with the weapons. I am going to use my certificate of weapons, which I've been trying to not do for the past 6 years. I've been reaching out for help for 6 years trying to stop this criminal activity. It's ridiculous. It's still going on.
I don't know how I can assist.
Well, you already assisted me when I call, they get off of my foot. This is one of the methods that I use.
So it sounded like you were getting more upset or more agitated. So I was just making sure this was
No, that's not true.
Okay. I said it sounds like, okay?
Well, that's that's what you think. No, I haven't. I don't have any thoughts of suicide. I don't have any thoughts of suicide. What I'm getting angry about is that the weapons are still being aimed. And that's my right. I should be angry.
You absolutely can. You absolutely have the right. And I'm sorry about that. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry that there's nothing that I can do about that, and you're under this unfortunate circumstance.
Well, as a VA crisis person, yeah, this is a crisis for me. So one of the methods that I use to try to get them off my foot is reaching out to the crisis line, because sometimes by them being on my phone and expressing things like this, they will get the weapon off my foot. So I use methods like that to prevent me from going out arming myself. But at this particular point, after having them put me in 2 emergency rooms and in the hospital, I do have the right as a law-abiding citizen to exercise my Second Amendment right. I'm not saying I'm going to go get weapons and shoot up a place or anything. That's not me. I'm a professional person. And they know it. But I'm not going to continue to allow an army full of unknown pilots to aim weapons to destroy the same foot that the doctors just tried to restore. That's ludicrous. And if they do not stop aiming the weapons, which I have called them DOD and DO, their operators, because those phone calls are also recorded, that I'm not going to continue to be tortured by them. And I mean it. I will exercise my Second Amendment rights as a law-abiding citizen and use my certificate of weapons to bear arms just in defense. Now, no one is going to sit and let someone continue to hit them with weapons and don't defend themselves. That's ludicrous. I have used all the methods that I could legally to try to get this criminal activity halted. And it's absolutely ridiculous that it's still going on. So these people do not care. So I hope they think I'm not going to care when I exercise my Second Amendment rights to defend myself against their army. Their army against one person. That's why I post things on my YouTube channel as well as I record this conversation, because I don't want anybody thinking, I'm a threat to America. They're threatening my life. They're the ones armed. So I'm defending myself. And I have that right as any other citizen. If someone is continuously aiming weapons, this activity shouldn't even be going on 6 years. Should have been stopped when they burnt my feet in 2019. But the police aiding and abetting, FAA aiding and abetting, DOG, CIA orchestrating it. That's why it's still going on. But if I'm not trying to kill myself, I'm not getting ready to let them do it. These are killer weapons they are using. They have already caused me a blood clot and perhaps amputation of my leg or my foot. This is ridiculous for even America to think that they're going to continue to do this to me, killing me over my stuff. They've already tried to kill me and my son, 32 years. Enough is enough. So what I'm doing is documenting. And whether you think you've helped or not, yes, you have, because they have removed that ray gun off my foot. This is one of the methods I use to prevent me from going out arming myself. But from this day forward, I will. And I will document that. And when I get my weapons, I'm not telling anybody. I am a grown woman turning 68 next Wednesday. And I'm not going to continue to be tortured or victimized in my vehicle or wherever I go. And that's what they've been doing. And I'm tired of it. Enough is enough, America, and I mean it. As a veteran.
I hope it's been helpful, Ms. Shields. I hope that you're absolutely correct. You have the right to do what you need to do to protect yourself. I hope it's been helpful for you to talk and get some of this out. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, there's nothing you can do. You have a blessed day.
Okay.
Just remember the VA crisis line, y'all's recording says suicide or crisis center. So it doesn't mean that everybody that calls in is trying to commit suicide. We have other crises that we're dealing with. And I just want to address that. And I'm in a crisis. So when I call in, I'm in a crisis. I have people aiming weapons at me trying to destroy my life. That's a crisis to me.
Have you been given space to have your crisis addressed? Do you feel you've been given space to have your crisis addressed?
Well, a little bit. But you just have a blessed day. All right?
Okay, you have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Fuck you. I'm not going there with VA or no one else. This is what I'm talking about with VA. It addresses suicide or crisis. And all they focus on is people trying to kill themselves. Well, we go through other things, other crises other than committing suicide. And that's what their main focus is. Trying to stop someone from committing suicide. Well, I'm not in that position. I got people trying to kill me. And I would appreciate it, VA, especially they try to get off the line when they know their ass being recorded. Well, yes, you are going to be recorded because I don't want I'm tired of people putting words in my mouth and changing the system. So that's changing what I said. That's why I also record this conversation. And I mean it. And that's what I will do from this day forward until I am armed. Because once I am armed, I'm hoping that it will stop them from aiming weapons against me. I'm not saying I'm going out shooting up people. I don't shoot up anybody. I've been trying to do things legally and in the most trying to stop, not even have to get a weapon. If I wanted to get a weapon, I could have got one in 2018 and shot the shit out of them. I did get a laser in 2019, but that's my right. Someone's aiming a laser or ray gun in my home, burning my feet, burning my body. That's my right under the Second Amendment rights. When the police or the FAA are not doing their job and working with these people. In fact, one police called him. Actor told me he was calling DFW, only to find out DFW had never talked to a policeman that day. Lying. So apparently he called his little buddies, and they stopped for a couple of days, but they had started back by that weekend. Well, enough is enough, America. If you want to send your little private pilots out here and your little devil birds to do all this shit against God, to cover up a damn moon and stars, do that. But continuing to aim weapons at me, I guarantee you, I will aim back at your ass. And I mean it. Who the hell do you think you are? Cokehead ass clan house up in Washington. You better call your bitches up or you'll be picking them hoes up off the freeway. And I mean it. Now leave me the hell alone and stop aiming, trying to destroy something that the doctors worked so hard to repair from your shit. Stop playing with me because I'm not the one. DOZ out. Thanks for joining.